New Horizon, good day, my friend. Give me 1 second. I just need to configure a few things here. No, that's not what I wanted. I want the NVIDIA broadcast. Yeah, let me just see if this thing is working still. Feels a little bit finicky. NVIDIA broadcast. Camera. The source is busy. Yeah, nah, that's okay, I guess. It's very random. It's very random. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna stream. Just give me 1 second. I just need to try one thing here. So I'm gonna disable this camera, deactivate, and I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do. Give me 2 seconds, fellas. I just want to. Source camera is busy. Shouldn't be busy anymore. Okay, cool. Now I have it. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Give me 2 seconds, fellas. How's life, Cedric, man? How's the house going? How's the house functioning? There we go. Beautiful. New Horizon. Hi there. It's a mess. Yeah, let me just let's start slowly here. Let's just wait until a few more people join. It's a mess. Yeah, I'm gonna paint soon. I have few walls only to kinda. I had to do some. I had to kinda. I had to fill up some walls, some holes, so I also have to paint, but only a few walls. When my son was little, he would, you know, hit things and draw things in the wall. So I had to basically sand that down and do all of the work, right? And now I have filled in all the holes, so I'll also need to paint soon as well. Yeah, I mean, what you showed me there, I agree. What you have to do there is far worse, yeah. For me, it's just I've sanded the walls now. I know I have all the tools for painting, right? Yeah, I have sanded the walls, you know, because you generally want to fill the holes, then you wait until the filler to dry, then you sand it, right? And then you paint over it. So I've done all of that. I just need to buy the paint. Paint is actually incredibly expensive because the apartment that we live in is a very expensive company, is luxury apartment, so they have a paint that you have to use for this apartment. So you cannot buy any paint you want, right? You kind of have to use the one that they suggested, right? And I believe this one that they suggested is like 100 euros per 3 liters or something. I actually have it somewhere here. Give me a second. Yeah. So they suggest basically this paint. This is, I don't know how many liters is this, but this is 120 euros. And I believe it's 3 liters, 3.6 liters. Yeah. So 3.6 liters is, yeah, 107 euros basically. Yep. It's insane, man. It's insane. But that's what it is. What can you do? You literally have to get that, or, you know, they don't accept anything else. Yep. Yep. Exactly, man. I feel you. That's just how it is. It's insane, man. It's okay, man. My English isn't my mother tongue either, so don't worry, dude. As long as we understand each other, that's great. Somebody on YouTube. Actually, I have. Let me show you one thing. Actually, it's not here. So what I recently bought, Cedric. What I recently bought. Let me show you. What I recently bought basically it helps a lot with that. So I wanted to buy a real wall sander machine, but I went with something else. I went with this radial grinder. As you can see, I bought this quite recently. So this is amazing, man. This is awesome. Raphael, my friend, good to see you here. Good to have you, man. Okay, good, because this helped me a lot. This is super badass. Okay, good, good, you have it. Yeah, vibrate. Ah, you have the electric one. Okay. Yeah, I know, man. It does vibrate. It does vibrate like crazy. I know. Yeah. Let me just push this to production, then we start slamming some code. But yeah, dude. We need to bump the version as well, right? Yeah, we do. That's how it is, dude. But you know, at the end of the day, one day when you look back and look how amazing your place is, you're gonna say, you know, oh wow, this was all worth it. You're gonna say this was all worth it. Thank you, buddy. Come back later if you have a second. Just say hi. Appreciate that, man. See you, buddy. Enjoy. Good luck. Wow, 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 wow. Alrighty. Oh, I always forget about smacking the website here. Where is it? Yale. Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, so hopefully that's gonna suffice. That's gonna be sufficient. And I have a huge backlog of things to fix and improve and stuff. Where is it? PN backlog. Yeah. Ah, shit. What failed? Why is my VS Code failing with this crap, man? That's terrible. What? So annoying, man. Ah, stories. Okay. Why is it not? Come on, dude. Why are you not reporting that, man? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, that's so annoying. Jiro, hi there, buddy. Makes no sense. Alright, cool. This fella as well, right? And then this guy is no longer an actual prop. Not much, buddy, not much. Been with my wife and kid. And, yeah, just gonna do a quick stream. You know, I do this for fun, so my streams are very random. Sometimes I stream, sometimes I don't. But more or less sums it up. What about yourself, man? You just run the tests again. Alright, awesome. Yeah, well, I need to go now to GitHub and nuke this tag that I've just created, right? That's a downside of this. I should probably improve this CI so when the tag is actually created when we successfully publish. Because right now, not much as usual. Studying. Nice, man. Nice. 174. I'm gonna nuke this bad boy here. And that's good. So I'll need to deploy this again. So push this to master. Master, hi there, buddy. Thank you for coming, man. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so let's push this to mast. To mast. And let me remove a tag. I need to nuke this latest tag. What was it? Git tag -d, right? And then we're gonna recreate it. And then we're gonna push to it again, right? Assuming that's the only really thing that failed. And let's go to actions again. Let's remove this one that failed. cool. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to fix before we start a new feature. Yeah, I just started now. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna stream, but I just decided, I was like, okay, let's just do it, you know. We need to fix this thing. I need to figure out what the problem there is. Then we have the meet. Okay, have a lot of stuff to fix. Alrighty. Okay, so linting is fine now. So we're gonna push that fella. And we're gonna eventually install it in here. Last time I streamed, I was just working on I built my own UI library, so I was adding the drag and drop to. I don't know what you mean. What is this stream in general about, or what am I working on now? Right now, I just pushed the changes I made last time when I streamed, and it was making sure that. Basically this now works, the drag and drop for sections and the things inside of each section. So I'm just gonna kind of use this component now, and then I need to update the API. I need to basically do a migration on my Postgres. So my sections also, so we're gonna need to extend my the sections in the. So we're gonna need to create a sequelize migration. We're gonna have to generate sequelize migration. That's gonna add an order to the course section as well. So you can see lectures right now have an order property because you can basically order them. Hopefully they do. Yeah, as you can see. So we'll need to make sure that the thank you very much for the follow. And then the sections as well will need to oh, beautiful. Actually, sections already have an order. That's so nice. I did that already. Great. So we'll just need a little microcontroller in the API that because I think we now have sort lectures, right? Yeah, so here's the microcontroller, here's the router. So we'll need to basically just create another one, pretty much almost duplicate this one, right? And we're gonna have to say sort sections, right? Because if you have signed up on Programmer Network, if you create a course, if I go to my settings, right? For example, if I edit this course, right now you can drag and drop, reorder the. Yeah, I mean, I'm using the technologies that fit the context best at a certain given time, right? There's a technology for every there's, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna install the latest Yale and then. All right, cool. So I guess this one, let's just close all of these files and let's maybe close this project now and we can focus here now. I'll just reload this so the TS server is reloaded. Then if I search the places where I'm using accordion, right? So yeah, we need to basically change this slightly bit now, right? Because now we're gonna need a state for sections. So this is expanded sections. So we're gonna have to have something like const, sections, set sections, exactly, right? And then we'll need to say use effect here. I presume we'll see. No, not really. And then we're gonna have to say here, what do we have? Course.sections, course.sections, and then we're gonna say, you know, I mean, technically we need to do pretty much what we're doing over here, right? So we're gonna have to do something like this, right? In fact, right, we can just inline it in that setter thing, right? And I guess over here, course section, yeah, order, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's complaining because we're normalizing this thing here. We're calling it items, right? So let's not call it like that. Then here, I guess we have to call it then something like, I think I have accordion types, right? Accordion types dot, no. Accordion types dot accordion section item, maybe like this, right? Yeah, so that would be the proper thing. And then here it should be section. So let's first make sure that this actually works. And what? Ah, shit, yeah, that's not good. How did I change this? Let me see, sections. So I section. Ah, I see, okay. So it is an I section. That's a little bit weird though. What does the I section have? Items. Okay. So it is an I section. So let's say here I section. Is it still complaining? No. Okay, great. And now we just need to say set sections as well, right? So set sections is going to be set sections, I suppose. Okay. So that's one thing now. And where was this? This is course details. Let's see if the course details actually still work locally. Courses. This is my first course. Yeah, so it's farting out now. Let's see why. Oh, okay. Because I think our use effect here is a little bit wrong. Yep. Yeah, exactly. We'll just move this bad boy down here. We'll reorganize these effects a little bit. And actually, you know, we could no, that's to a degree fine. Let's see now. Okay. Okay, so it's still kind of fine. Yeah. This one has no items. That's weird. Okay, wow. That's not good. Some of them are okay. Actually, maybe because some sections are just empty. Yeah, that's okay. So that's almost fine, basically, right? I mean, it is fine. The thing is, right? So when it comes to technology master, right? I agree with you. I mean, what you said is absolutely correct. There's nobody can argue that. The problem is, right, that there's many things out there that can help many things, right? But with every bit of these things, right, comes a cost, right? So that's where this pragmatic approach of choosing things at a certain time helps, right? You have to ask yourself at a certain time of your project, right? Is this bug regression worth acceptable relative to the time I save writing a dynamic language, right? So you're absolutely right that yes, types help, right? Nobody can neglect that. That is absolute factual, right? But that's not the only point of view, right? There are many points of view here, and the point of view is I'm building something very quickly. I need to fail very quickly as well if this is not going to work out from the business perspective. And in these circumstances, writing JavaScript, for example, often is simply faster, right? That is also a factual thing, right? Because you don't have to worry about, you have to worry about different things. You have to worry about regressions as you claimed, right? But then you don't have to worry about things just not compiling because you wrote a string instead of Boolean, right? So it's about you making decisions at a certain time, what is acceptable to fail, right? And to what degree, right? It's not to say that you can't write JavaScript without failing. Of course you can. But it's really, yeah. Okay, so this works now, right? And that's great. Do we have accordion anywhere else that we have to adjust? Because I believe, yeah. And then we have this one, course landing page, right? Yeah, and then we have to pretty much do the same here, right? Yeah, exactly, right. So we'll do the same what we did there, right? So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna get this bad boy. Gonna smack it over here. I'm gonna do this, right? Pretty much the same stuff. I mean, there's really nothing to learn. You just have to learn basic types, and that's it. Because when you say I have to learn it, learn what exactly, right? TypeScript adds types to JavaScript, right? So learn what exactly, right? Cool. TypeScript, of course, offers the various other features, generics and decorators and a few of these other things. But you decorate like generics, you will learn anyway because you will use them for sure. But besides that, right? I mean, to be honest with you, give me 1 second. I'm a little bit confused here. Oh shit, man! I saw that screen was missing. Yeah, I removed the screen before the course. Yeah, that's why. Jesus Christ, man. Because didn't we have like the landing page for the courses? Yeah, exactly, man. Here it is. Okay, good. Okay, cool. And I should probably be filtering out sections which are empty as well, right? So we're gonna do these little changes, but we need to. I completely forgot about this. Wait, let me just add that to the list here. Huh. Give me 1 second. I mean, you still have the dynamic. I mean, you still have that with TypeScript, right? But I'm with you as well. Yeah. Course landing page, whatever you type that. No, it will not. I mean, I'm probably the most balanced person technology-wise you can find on at least on Twitch, right? So I'm not a fan of any language, I don't give a shit, right? And I'll tell you as it is. You will not lose anything, right? I think you are maybe slightly overthinking it. I don't think you're gonna lose anything, man. You're not putting types on every single thing. There's many things that you're using TypeScript where the types are inherited by use or whatever, right? So you will be passing types in few places, right? You will be passing types to few places. For example, what the hell do I mean by that, right? Look at this, right? You see, is loading course. I don't have to pass this boolean to be. I don't have to explicitly define this boolean here because use state is gonna figure out its boolean based on the value, right? So all of these types I explicitly decided to put here because of myself, but you don't have to do that, and nobody will actually. Arguably, some developers are gonna tell you you don't need a boolean here. We know it's a boolean, right? So it's not as aggressive as you may think, right? You will need types somewhere. You will need types in your function arguments, return statements, and that more or less is mostly where you have them, right? Raphael, I want us to make a CV maker as part of Programmer Network. So I want developers to be able to come here, click an icon, export my CV or whatever, and then choose few templates, or for start one template. And that's very difficult, right? Because working with PDFs is incredibly annoying. It's pretty hard. And basically, this is the best attempt at that. And once we get there, we should probably use something like this, right? So basically, you would get the JSON data from the user, and we would get the data, everything about the user that we can reuse. There's the task for you, man. There's the task for you. I mean, that would be a huge feature. I mean, that would be super good, man, because that's one of those value proposition things that you can introduce for people to even, you know, just fill in their experience here, because now they can generate their CV. Yeah, there you go, man. We want to basically, yeah, and I can give you for now until you actually, hopefully one day, not that far, get access to work with me, then I'll give you the JSON data, or you can grab the JSON data from the network tab. You can log in, see, you know, and you need to figure out the design. What can we show, right? So users, you know, at the minimum user, we can export the experience, but you know, if they have repositories, we can list few repositories there as well. You know, their name from here, blah, 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 right? That would be fantastic, man. Oh yeah, dude. That would be huge. You would contribute big time, man. Because I don't have the, as you can see, I have very limited time. You know, like if you could do that, you would help everybody tremendously. Because then I would literally at one point in time use and export stuff from here. Because, you know, if you go to LinkedIn and export shit from there, right? Like if you go here and then where was it? I don't actually even know where was it. Here. At least their PDF kind of sucked, right? You can change the theme, Lorenzo, to whatever you want, man. You can log in, go to your settings, and create your own theme. It's impossible to make a design, right? The initial one that everybody likes. But you can log in and make your own design. It literally takes 3 seconds. You go to settings, you go to UI settings, and you change your primary color to whatever you want. You change your background color to whatever you want. You change your text color to whatever you want. You save, and boom, you're done. Now you have your own theme, and you can go and make any one you want, right? I do like the default themed one. Does building a social media? Of course it does, man. It's a highly complex project, man. It takes a long time. It's a project that you never finish, depending what it is, right? Okay. Okay, so this shouldn't be clickable. I mean, Lorenzo, you're right. That theme thing should definitely be during sign up, right? But it's also a matter of care, right? You're absolutely right. I mean, or let me rephrase it. If you cared to find it, you would have found it, right? I'm sure that you probably haven't spent 3 seconds on your dashboard, right? And don't take me wrong, it's not a critique, it's just factual. You don't care, and most people don't care. It's true, right? But those who wanted to find it, they would see it. It literally says UI settings here, right? So it's very hard to miss these buttons, right? Yeah, there's also Zyro. That's a UX type of thing. But I think I'm with you, Lorenzo. I think this should be part of the sign up flow. So when you sign up, we can ask you, hey, customize your theme. So let's write that down. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let me just add it because these are all of the things I gotta fix before we start working on projects. So let's just go here. Sign up flow. Show team builder during sign up flow. There we go. Thanks, man. All right, so what was I doing? I need to stay on track. Settings, courses. Yeah, exactly. So this is what I wanted. And yeah, and we're failing now, farting out because... Yeah, sure. I mean... Look, you cannot build a product for everybody, man. A person who clicks away in 3 seconds because they don't like the style... Do you want that user on the platform? Probably not, right? So so that's just how it is, right? If you try to make everyone happy, you will make nobody happy, right? I will, Zaire. I will. Let's also put that there. You cannot make a product, man, that everybody likes. This is a very niche type of product, and if I can eventually, in time, have even few hundred active people, few thousand active people, if you ask me, that's already a win. Because I'm not making this for financial reasons. I'm making it for genuine reasons, right? So if we can make it, this is not a everyday's Joe website, right? With a, okay. So we'll basically replace draggable list here with accordion. That's number one. We will comment some of these things out. Items should be called sections, right? %. You're absolutely right. Keep in mind that, first of all, I think one very important thing to understand is that Twitch is not the greatest place for code, right? A lot of people here are incredibly young. They come here to either troll or talk bullshit or learn something, and then they leave. So this is like, I also from that perspective, not the greatest place for these types of things, right? It's just there's no other place, right? YouTube is even worse. So if there was a better platform to stream, I would do it there. I would not do it here. Because again, target group demographics here, when I look at demographics here on my analytics, it's overwhelmingly just very young people, right? And an average person today of that age is gonna go and play video games or stupid shit like that, right? So that's, hi everybody, how are you doing? Okay, so wait, let me be careful a little bit here. So what I'm actually gonna do, I will go over here and I'll just comment this out just so I have it as a reference, right? And then we're gonna come over here now instead, and we're gonna actually in fact use accordion, and we're gonna say sections. Yeah, maybe. The thing is, right, like again, as I said many times before, right, I'm not in a hurry in any way, right? I haven't, we have more than 1,000 people sign up already, and I haven't ever shared this with anyone, right? So I'm not worried about that, but I will start sharing and exposing the website a bit more when I'm happy with it. Right now there's few of these things which need to be finished and polished and stuff. So I'm not really, again, I don't do this I don't do this necessarily for any sort of gain right now, right? So it's hi YouTube. It's gonna be nice, man. I'm sure, I have faith that we're gonna have at least some people using this. I have no doubts about that. And you know, that's great with me, man. That's great with me, right? Again, you know, it's communities like this, and the communities like what was the other one that exists? What was the other? There was another website that also exists. It's not for programmers, but it's similar to this. It's called, I have it here. It's called Mastodon, right? You have communities like this, right? Mastodon. This is another, right? You know, this platform has a bunch of users, right? It has its own group of people who like these types of things. So, you know, you cannot build another Twitter. These things are too huge, too big. They have billions of dollars for marketing to spam you, right? But then you have communities also like this, like Mastodon, and hopefully one day Programmer Network, where, you know, you can gather some type of persona, right, who likes that type of stuff, right? And, you know, that's fine. If the whole community can chip in for $2-3 a month, then you can pay the bills, you can have nice time, you can build features, you can extend it, right? You see, this is like too general. This is about everything, politics, dogs, and shit. But that is the idea. The idea is not to create another Twitter, right, or some shit like that. That would be setting yourself up a failure, right? Section. Hey brother, can I start to learn React without knowing up? Of course you can't, man. That's like saying, can I start swimming before being born, right? I like the Smiley, my friend. Hey. Okay, so let me just finish this. So we had items here. We had on dragged, right? Wait, let me actually find some other. We expanded sets actions, blah, blah, right? Ah, shit. So it's gonna be a little bit. Just bear with me. So this one is gonna be a little bit more annoying here. Wait, we had the items unsorted. I would call handle sort. Yeah, we no longer actually need any of that, really. We just need to give it the sections now, pretty much, right? So essentially, what we really need is something like this, right? And we need to mimic that in here as well, right? Oops. And then let's just say here, let's hard code stuff here. Oh, Lorenzo, actually, I don't remember, but that's really good to hear, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy to hear that again. Thank you for reminding me. What is hard, man? Are you struggling at work? Are you struggling to keep up? What is going on? Maybe I can give you a tip or two again. What is happening, man? What is going on, dude? Maybe I can give you a tip again. I'm just bad at guessing the effort for features. You mean planning? You're bad at figuring out how long something's gonna take, right? Is that, am I getting it right? I see. Well, okay. So let's just spend maybe let's just chat a little bit about that, right? Lorenzo. So basically, I'm just gonna record this little clip. So Lorenzo basically is saying that he's recently got his first junior job, and he's struggling with guessing the estimates for his tasks. So I think Lorenzo, first thing to understand is that probably 99.9% of developers are bad at guessing, right? That's why every experienced product manager, project manager is always going to double the time. So if a developer says it's going to take 1 day, then it's going to take probably 2 days. If somebody says it's going to take a week, it's probably going to take 2 weeks, right? I think that what the best thing you can do, of course, is so listen. The best way you can win against estimates is to, if somebody asks you in the moment, how long is this going to take, you say, I'll get back to you. Then you sit alone or with your team, you take the story. Let me show you. Let's imagine that you have a task. Let's imagine that you have a task that's called build page X. Let's just keep it simple. Build page X, right? Build page X, right? Let's imagine this is the feature somebody told you to build. Let me just move this here so in case you ask a question, right? Now, of course, if you're very inexperienced, you're gonna literally create a task that's called build page X. But this is not the task. Your eventual finished work is gonna be building a page, but your task is not this. Your task is 20 different tasks. So let's imagine you have a task called build page X. What is actually page X? Well, page X has some components. It has some things. It has to call some APIs, right? Somebody has to review it, right? Somebody has to review this work. Someone has to do a design review, right? So there's many different types of tasks related to your actual task, right? So what does this mean? Well, what this means is you have to go and break this down. So this is a story. This is really a project. It's not a task. Your task is this. Create a header for page X. That's task 1. Then you say create an X component, whatever it is. You get the point. Conduct a design review with my PM. And then N, right? So this is the most fundamental skill of every engineer, not just software engineer. Every single mechanical engineer, when you're designing anything, imagine that we were discussing a car now. Imagine somebody told you, make a car. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna start making a car. Well, what do you mean you're gonna start making a car? What are you gonna start making? I'm gonna start with the right wheel. And then I'm gonna move to an engine, and then I'm gonna move to making doors the same day. You get the point, right? So in order to be able to estimate, you first need to become good at breaking tasks down, right? This is the most fundamental thing. You have to make every single project incredibly easy to work on because you're doing it in small steps, and then you compose these things eventually, right? Next thing that you can do to get better at this, you instantly push to production. So let's imagine that you have to build page X. Imagine this is your eventual feature, right? This is what you have to finish by the end of so the feature is complete. When you finish this part only, let's imagine this is the only part you finished. Push this to production already, hide it behind some darkly flag. So hide it behind some flag and just expose it to your PM and other stakeholders, right? So they can follow your progress easier. So you can kind of remove some of the pressure from yourself. Am I doing the right things? Am I doing it fast enough, right? So this is something. As soon as you have something, it should be in production. And I'm talking about websites. Of course, if you're building a binary, something that people have to download and something, of course, you can't do this, right? But this is what you have to do. And then what this has to do with estimates directly? Well, now you can now it's way more reasonable to understand how much each one of these is going to take. I mean, you have to create an input field. I mean, you can estimate that, right? You can estimate how long it's going to take to write a component. And then you add, this is going to take 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, right? So that's 10 hours. And then this is 2 more hours, 12 hours of active work. And then multiply that by 3. And that's the time it's going to take. Why do you want to multiply it by 3? Because somebody's going to interrupt you. You're going to waste time on Facebook or YouTube, whatever, right? But you cannot estimate. Nobody can estimate this. Nobody can look at this as a single unit and say this is going to take X. But when you break those things down, right? So if you would break this down in a context of a real project, right? Let's do it here on my board just as an example. Imagine we had page X feature, right? Well, this now would be some description of what this feature is. And then here you would break it down. Of course, I'm using GitHub projects because it's free for this Twitch thing. But if you're using Linear or any other Kanban board, whatever. And now here you would say feature X. I was one of the first programmers on live coding TV, yes. Feature Y, etc., etc. This way, you can now estimate. This takes 2 hours. Okay, so it takes 4 hours. If you think it takes 2 hours, it takes 4 hours. This takes 3 hours. Okay, it takes 6 hours. And you will get better in time. So you will suck at this still, but you will suck less, right? So estimating time is difficult for everybody, man, not just for you. And you have to find these ways to break things down, to not be too optimistic, right? Because things, you don't know things will not end up the way that you imagined. So this is my take. I still have a t-shirt from Live Coding TV. So when Live Coding TV was released, so when Live Coding TV existed, I lived in Sweden. This was maybe a decade ago. And I was live programming from Sweden, from my office. I would live program on live TV whole day, 8 hours a day. And I remember when they were revealed on TechCrunch, I was streaming that day, and I think I had like 200,000 people watching me or something at the same time, because randomly by accident my stream was featured on Live Coding TV. And it was just all of these bots and viewers that were crawling. But yeah, you can see this was in 2015. So yeah, approximately 10 years ago, yes. So I know I still have t-shirt. These guys have sent me a t-shirt, but they no longer exist. These guys no longer exist. It's quite sad. These guys used to I think they closed their service many, many years ago. But I remember them, yes. I remember them very well. It was unfortunate to see them shut this down. I mean, Lorenzo, if you're given all of that stuff and you're a junior, then that's a different subject, right? That's a different subject. You work in a place that's just maybe a little bit too brutal towards you, right? So that is maybe another problem. Cedric, building that service is not hard. Paying for the bills of that service is very hard. I mean, keep in mind, as I said, Twitch is also not a profitable company. Twitch is wasting money a lot at a high speed. So building a streaming service like that with AWS and GCP is not that difficult. But paying for the bills is very expensive. There's nothing more expensive infrastructure-wise than than streaming, right? Streaming is by far the most expensive, right? Host it yourself. Good luck hosting that on a Kubernetes on a Oh, I love that. That's a good one. Yeah. If you write it in Rust programming language, it's going to be very fast. And it's going to cost nothing. Oh, dude. That's hilarious. Okay, so now we have to basically adjust it here for this feature, right? For our dashboard. Yeah, MT12. So I'll actually nuke this thing. If you wrote this in Rust programming language, and you wrote your CSS in Rust programming language, everything will be different, Alex. Okay, that kind of looks like shit. My pleasure, dude. My pleasure. But again, look, let me tell you one thing, man. And this is gonna sound silly, but it's not. One of the biggest issues why some people prevent themselves from progressing in their careers is that they quit when it's hard. But there is no better place to get perspective and to get experience than in a shitty place. A lot of people I know, they're used to certain level of things. Their expectations are always the same, and when their expectations are not met, they quit. It's the same with people who quit their partners, their families, their jobs, right? If you quit every single time when it's hard, then you know how the saying goes that the smooth seas do not make a sailor, right? So if you want to become a sailor, it's not going to be doing that in a swimming pool. You're going to be doing that in an open sea, in the storm and shit like that, right? So if it's hard, fuck it, man. It's hard. It's your first job, you know. I mean, sure. I mean, if it gets out of control, then, but try to change the perception and say, look, I'm going to do the best I can anyway. I cannot do anything else, right? Give me 1 second. I need to drink some water. It's fine, man. When you have challenge, it seems It seems you're at the good place. Just, man, life is all about perception and perspective, man. Nothing else, really. You can always lift yourself up. Always. You just have to have a right perspective in your mind. Just think about billions of kids, for example, who are literally hungry right now. And I'm not saying that you should be waking up and be thinking of these kids necessarily. I'm not saying that's... But you have to find perspective. You have to be smart enough to focus on the things you have. I mean, look at the things that we, as developers, are bitching about. Oh, this Hitler made me use CSS instead of Tailwind. This is the worst part of my life. Oh my God. Oh, he just told me to use the var instead of const. Fucking Mussolini, you know, this is the worst thing I've witnessed in my entire life. I'm not gonna use var, I'm gonna use const, okay? I mean, come on, dude, right? It's, you know, like, ridiculous. This guy, he told me to use var and I wanted to use let. This terrible life. I haven't watched it yet, no, but I have it on my watch list. Yeah. I asked them to buy bananas and they bought apples. Unacceptable. Okay, so actually, if I go to, am I still running this crap? This Hitler made me write JavaScript instead of TypeScript. This is the worst part of my life. I don't know if I'm gonna live to see another day. In the meanwhile, you know, there's like people literally starving from hunger on the planet. So again, it's really genuinely about perspective. You can find many things out there, right? You just have to build this perspective, right? You need to, basically, in simple words, you need to be smart, right? It's so easy to be sad about everything, but it's so easy to be happy about everything as well. It's all in your head. So this has nothing to do with work, with your intelligence of writing code, math, physics. This is literally a social skill. This is emotional intelligence. You have to emotionally and intellectually and logically realize, fuck man, I'm living at an iceberg of world. I mean, my grandparents have been physically breaking their backs 12 hours a day, and I'm sitting like an asshole in a fucking chair with some shitty logo on it that was made by kids in China, staring at my screen and crying like a little bitch because my library was updated and it broke my code, right? If you put it and say it out loud and put it in perspective, you cannot disagree that it's ridiculous, right? It's almost like unimaginable. If I told my, grandparent what type of issues I'm gonna have, he would probably beat the living shit out of me, right? Oh, they released a new library and you feel sad. Oh, you know. Okay, but I think I shared my point. Yeah, Leo, I mean, like everybody else's, right? On section item, click, yeah, this is what I need, this is what I need. Beautiful. Ah, I thought of everything. How smart am I and humble. So smart and humble and great. On section, shit. On section item, click. What? Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, man, Leo, we're so fortunate, man. Like, we're so fortunate. It's insane, dude. It's insane. It's insane. Shit, section. I mean, look, fundamentally, man, right? Fundamentally, like, I don't think that human race, at least in the western part of the world, has ever in history lived better, right? So to be very frank with you, unless you have a disability, physical or mental disability, unless you're really unfortunate in life, every single success or failure is your own, right? So if you succeed, you succeeded, And even importantly, if you fail, you failed, right? There's really no excuses, right? I mean, people are coming from India, Pakistan, Africa, all over the world, to Europe, to the US. They're getting jobs, they're getting educated, they're kicking ass. If a guy can fucking swim a fucking ocean in a rubber boat, survive that, and raise a family and become successful, so can you, right? You just have to grow fucking up. And I'm not referring to anyone here particularly, I'm just saying the facts, right? So if you are living, I don't know, in Denmark, Finland, Germany, whatever, and complaining like a little bitch, then there's, what can one do, right? Nothing, right? It's your own fault, nobody else's, right? That is just the privilege we feel that, you know, somebody owes us something or some shit like that, right? It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, exactly. This shitty ChatGPT, man. I thought about asking it a question. I didn't even answer based on my thoughts. Incredible. Wait, what was I doing with this? Handle entity clicked. So this is clicking basically the, yeah, clicking the section. Huh. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's this thing. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. It's that simple, man. If some of you that don't like it, I don't give a shit, man. If you don't like it, that's your problem, not mine. Entities section. I mean, you can, and I would fully empathize, right? But what can you do, right? You are alive, and make the best out of it. You get what I mean? Is it gonna be harder for you? Fuck, it's gonna be harder. Of course it's gonna be harder, but it's not impossible, right? Not everybody starts from the same ladder, right? Same level. That's clear as day. There's no question about that. But what you might think is your a disadvantage, it might become your advantage, man, as well. Because what you have survived, you can use to your own advantage. I mean, you have literally could have been killed, right? So I'm sure that, you know, at this point in time in life, you know that there's really nothing worse that can happen to you. So from that moment where you were or are, you can only go up. I mean, imagine that power, right? Imagine waking up and being stressed because somebody didn't like your picture on Facebook, right? Imagine if that was your biggest tragedy in life. You probably want to have your own tragedy before that one, right? Exactly, man. That's exactly my point. 100%. I'm with you. I agree, 1,000,000%. No question about that. That's my point as well, dude. Yeah, absolutely. On set. Oh no, fuck. This is not the one. I need on section click. So we are missing one. On section click. Yeah. So we need. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I'm with you. So we have on section item click. Yeah, exactly. But that's not gonna suffice, right? There is no shortcuts in life, man. There is no shortcuts in life. You gotta work your ass off. Some people are fortunate. Some are born in rich families. Some are born in rich families and they also die of drugs and shit like that, right? So you know how they say, always be grateful what you wish for, right? Probably the life that you have is the life that you want, right? You just have to use it. Because at the end of the day, you know, you have people who are born in billion-dollar families, they kill themselves, they die alcoholics. You have famous persons are an exact proof of that. It's not opinion coming out of my ass. Aiton, good day, my friend. Yeah, we're just coding and talking philosophy. We are moving water from one empty bottle to another. It's a shallow talk, as I call it. Okay, so I think what I need here as well is I need to know, because, yeah, crap, actually, that's, never mind, yeah, because I guess I never cared, but now, okay, I see. Huh, okay, let's rethink this a little bit, because now, crap, okay. Wait, I need to think of it, huh? Because now clicking on the section, right, because you see, yeah, because this component has evolved in so many different ways, because, shit. Give me a second. So if I take this crap here, right? Essentially now for our dashboard here, I need, when I click on this thing, right? And also we need to update the styles, they kind of suck. Dude, I'm getting old. My hair is literally going to my eye. But from here, not from my head. From what is this? Eyebrows. My eyebrows are moving into my eyes, man. And I'm 35 only. Jesus Christ. Matty, my friend. I'm getting attacked by my own eyebrows. Wait. But I'm proud of my eyebrows. They're beautiful. Okay. I need to think, wait. So far, if I go to production, right? If I go to production, and I click on these guys, right? I just need to now figure out, because now I'm replacing this stuff with the accordion, right? And so far in the production, it's not accordion, it's this. When I click on it, I'm editing that section, right? And now with accordion, I kind of need to make the accordion to be highlighted as well. So when I'm not so sure about that, man. Because that's just how it works here in our dashboard, right? It's not really an issue. It's a UX type of thing, right? It's a UX type of thing, right? Yeah, right. Okay, we'll see in a second. Let's just UX is incredibly hard, and you know we're building never mind. Okay, so but before we get to that, right? Wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing this on section item click. No, so that is inaccurate. So this was in fact actually accurate, right? So this will be needed later. Needed for clicking on a section. So this is in fact accurate. Section course lectures. Find lecture ID. Which section is this? It's this one. Really? Nah, that's not. No. So this is a lecture indeed, actually. But which section is this referring to? Because we're no longer looping through. So crap, man. All right. So this now is giving us a little bit of well, not really a trouble, but rather it's just telling us that we need to extend this functionality, right? Because here now we have, where is our on-click handler? It has to be somewhere right here. Now, yeah, so this guy, right? So here most likely we need to give it an item, but we also need to give it a section, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a problem at all. It's just that we have to change this interface a bit, right? So when I click on something, you need to give me a section, and so otherwise the problem is that if we don't do that, then we're gonna have to now try to find this lecture in all of the sections. That's not very efficient, right? And it's the code that there's no point writing. But let's actually learn from the use. So what do I want here really is I want to know which lecture was actually clicked, right? I mean, yeah, actually, maybe not really, right? Because it's just how I did these things before in a stream, right? Maybe we no longer have to do it that way, right? No, yeah, I don't think we have to do it that way anymore, right? We can do it a little bit smarter. Because I have this handle entity click, right? So let's maybe try not to use this one, right? So let's see what we can do here. I don't actually know, but let's see. So I have set selected. And we could, yeah, I see. So this is now a matter of trade-off, right? Because I could now loop through all sections, find where does this lecture belong, in which section, right? Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, I think I'm going to do that, because again, this is very low. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say here course lectures. Course utils. I'm going to create course utils. Oops, what the hell did I do? I'm going to say course utils, right? I'm going to say export the, I'm going to say class course utils, right? I'm going to export the default, because we're going to use static methods, right? So we're going to just do that. And then here, what do I need? I need to a function. Okay, so I'll just write some meta code. A function that, or a method that returns a section based on the provided lecture, right? So let's write that basically expectation here, right? Oops. And this is going to be basically lecture ID, I suppose. And here we're going to say sections, or what was it? Yeah. Courses dot iCourse section. It's an array, right? And this is going to be a number. We'll see about that in a second. But something like this, right? So we would basically need it. So this is going to give us the lecture, and we have the ID here, as we can see. So in theory, right, here we could say like course utils dot get lecture by ID, something like this, right? I don't think that's going to work yet, but we can try it out, right? And then we're going to print this bad boy here. Oh, it worked. Oh, how can I be so smart? I'm just trolling you guys, but it's fine. Course lectures. Sounds good, man. Study. That's more important than watching me code. That's great, actually. So that works. Beautiful. That's literally what I wanted. Okay. Now, and of course, what we could additionally do right here, so we can say, so I guess this is going to return a section, right? And then here, actually, yeah. And then here, basically, what we can also do, right? We can say return. Yeah, exactly, right? I like that. I like that a lot. So return a section and a lecture, right? And yeah, I mean, that's, nah. Okay, cool, right? So now over here, we should be having lecture and a section, right? Let's call this clicked lecture, just so we don't have this variable shadowing stuff. So we get rid of this. I assume, I don't actually know if it's going to work, to be very frank with you, but you know, worth giving a shot. Section is possible undefined. True, true. That's cool, right? And then we have to safeguard ourselves, so we can say if no lecture this, return, right? Yeah, just there we go. Works. Beautiful. That's cool. Okay, good. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, actually. All right, let's smack. Let's generate tests for this. So just we have them prepared. Do I have like? Are you kidding me? Ah, shit, man. We need to test all of these things. Crap, man. We tested it all in the Yale, but no, we do have them. Sorry, we do have something like this, right? Okay. No, it is okay, but yeah, okay. We should probably test all of this crap. Just, I mean, there's very few things. Yeah, it's pretty simple, right? All right, I will need to add that to a ever growing list of to dos. Then we also need to go. What were we doing? Not this, not this. Cool. So let's go over here. We need to pass something like has draggable sections true and has draggable section items to true. And actually this is going to be sections dot length is greater than 0 than 1. So if there's more than one section, then it's draggable. Yeah, that actually doesn't quite work, does it? Interesting. Has draggable and sections dot length is greater. Yeah, we're not gonna do this here. It makes very little sense, right? So has draggable section items. All right, cool. So now technically, well, yeah, this shouldn't really be visible. This thing shouldn't be visible because you shouldn't be able to drag this now. I see what's happening. Yep, found it. This is wrong. That is wrong for sure. Yeah, okay, so that was a bug. I mean, regression, we just implemented this. Right, cool. Is there something else? Oh yeah, and then lastly, and then we're done with that. Lastly, we need in our core component library So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unify this. So I'm going to improve this interface a bit. So instead of having two handlers like this, on section item click and on section click, I'm just going to have on click, right? Has draggable set. I didn't see it. No. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, man. Somebody's. I didn't see it. That's great. Well, you just contributed. Thanks. Has draggable section. Has draggable section items. Beautiful. Thanks, man. Actually, wasn't there like, let's install that extension. There was that extension I used many years ago. There's a spelling extension. It's like super popular, right? Yeah, this one, code spell checker, 10 million downloads. Let's just install that so we don't mess up again. So you see now it's telling us session, session, right? So if we had that installed basically here, we would have seen it has draggable section items, right? There we go. Easy. I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. Somebody's paying attention. I had no chance I would have missed that. Okay, and then as I said, so on click here. So we're gonna rename this to on click. And then we're gonna have a type of what you actually clicked on, I guess. And the type is gonna be, I think we have an enum. Let's use this. Right, and then we're gonna go and update this. We're gonna say here. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's kind of a bummer. That's why we maybe can't do it. Yeah, we can't. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It was a good idea though, but didn't materialize. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to do it a little bit different. Okay. We'll need to fix some of these things as far as I saw, right? If I'm not mistaken. So for example, if I go to the courses and I go to the landing page, which we actually even forgot that we have, I think these things should not be selectable, right? And then we should probably be filtering out empty sections and stuff, but we don't necessarily need to do that at the library level, right? So we should probably fix that. Let's actually fix that in a storybook, right? Yeah, let's fix that in our storybook. Let's create another story here very quickly. So let's just duplicate this. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoying, I know, but that's what it is. Let's call this uninteractive. I think non-interactive. I don't think uninteractive is really a word. What? Oh, oops. We pasted that in the wrong place, it seems. Yeah. So non-interactive, right? Something like that. Yeah. So if we get rid of this, right, now technically in a story, should basically be not selecting anything, so because it's not interactive. And also, yeah, it's okay, right? But so what we need to fix over here is we have to say, hey, only set the text, for example, primary if there's a handler and that, right? So now if I click, it should not be there anymore, right? And it's not, right? And also pointer shouldn't be there. Where's the cursor pointer? Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Oh, because we have a pointer here, right? That's why. Interesting. Pointer shouldn't be on this thing anymore. Or maybe we have explicit, we should explicit, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, yeah. So can I just say like pointer, oh. Jesus Christ, man, why is it, what, yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, why? It's because this is my core UR library. This is the, I have my own UR library built. It's a different repository, and I don't want, I'm using Tailwind prefixes because I want to avoid class collision and style collision. So you can see my core library has a prefix, right? YL is for Yale. The library that I wrote is called Yale. It stands for yet another interface library. What is setting this crap? Yeah, there's, you know how it is. Is it because, wait a minute, let's just figure it out, because I mean, I'm not expecting that anymore. So why do we have, where is this crap? So we have an H3, and H3 is just for the sections. Then we have the draggable list. Maybe inside of the draggable list we have that. Yeah, I'm almost certain, right? Yeah, here it is, right? Yeah, now it's good, right? Now we're no longer seeing it. Okay, but if we go to the primary, we should be seeing it, and it should still be getting active, right? And it does. Okay. If we get back here, we should not be seeing it. Beautiful, right? Okay, let's run the tests for this. Wait, did we actually... did we implement all of it? Oh, not yet, not yet. Wait, we need one more thing. Okay, updated that snapshot, and we needed lastly, the last thing is has draggable section items. What? Why is that kind of failing? I don't get it. Oh no, sorry, I'm in a front end project. I'm in the wrong place. No, all good, all good. All good. That's fine. It's a wrong project. Okay, and then here, lastly, we need to be able to click on on section click, right? And it has to basically behave in the same way. And aren't we doing that already? Though? No, probably not. So here's the H3. I believe that my section. Raphael, 2 seconds. Let's discuss it. It's H3, right? And then, no, so it's the most outer div, right? So it's not the H3 actually. Okay, it's this one. Let me just put on the music. Give me 1 sec. Oh, linger, sure. Okay, so let's just say here and click. And what do we want here, really? Yeah, exactly, right? We want pretty much, yeah, right? And then really we need to, yeah, that's more or less what we need, right? And let's just test it in a storybook. Let's just say here, on section click, let's just say alert clicked. There we go. Let's get the ID. Cool. Zero, 1. Beautiful. Okay, so I can already see another UX potential issue, but that's just what it is. All right, and then lastly, I need to do one more thing, which is this thing. This completely messes it up. So we have this shitty class here that I added last night, this while p left 9. Give me 2 seconds. What? All right. Yeah, now you can hear me. Give me 1 second, Raphael. Let me see if I still have some backlog of that. This is something from 2022. This is by far not the great example to say a Raphael, but it's something I'm going to send to you on Discord. There you go. Took a screenshot for you. This is just a... Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, just writing to my wife. All right, so cool. So yeah, this is a little bit problematic. This is a little bit problematic trying to fit this component in here. It's okay. Just I kind of just see another problem with this, right? And the problem that I see right now when we make this thing clickable, which already actually expands the thing. So now every time I would click this to expand, it would actually also open the edit screen here, and that would, I think, annoy people a lot, because you can see now in our dashboard, every time you click on some entity, it opens the form here in the left, so you can edit that thing, right? And I'm afraid now that when we actually add that functionality to Accordion, so when you also click on this, it does that. Every time a user here in the dashboard clicks on a header, on a section name, it's going to open up the form here, even though you might not want that, right? You just want to edit some of the existing list items, right? So that kind of sucks, man. That's not very great. Give me one moment. I just need a few more stories without drag and drop. Rebecca, my friend. We're using custom CSS variables, I mean, already, right? Fundamentally, there's nothing really, I mean, we're already using, like you can see, you can create your own theme now in Programmer Network and stuff, right? This is all coming from just cascading from CSS variables. CSS fundamentally is a simple technology. These CSS and JavaScript and stuff, that is, I mean, 20 years ago, nobody would have ever said that yes to that insanity. It's just since programming became mainstream and all of these fucking hipsters making these stupid, shitty ideas, that's when CSS became problematic, right? Who the fuck wants to write CSS in JavaScript, man, or compile it and stuff? CSS inherently is a simple thing, and it should remain like that, right? So why make, like, why does somebody has to take something that's inherently simple and make it complicated, right? It makes no sense. Tailwind is literally sufficient for anything you want to do. Of course, CSS is sufficient without anything. Tailwind is just gives you these utilities that you don't have to write yourself. But incorporating these in JS thing, and that's like, because nobody ever in all of these years of my experience and answered my question why. I had these argues on meetups. I was holding meetups. I was talking on meetups, and I was like, "Are you using style components?" I'm like, "Why?" And that's where the discussion would end. Well, it's really cool. I mean, say a fucking fact, man. I don't give a shit if it's cool or not, man. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, I saw this guy on Twitter. He. Shut the fuck up. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I just let myself go. Okay, so looking at this here. The best thing you can do for yourself, man, is keep things simple. If you can achieve that, you're doing great. But if you take something as dumb as CSS and try to make it more complicated. Oh, dude, that guy pissed me off big time. That guy, man. That guy pissed me off big time, dude. Oh, I can't wait for JS to die. And I was like, oh, really? Why? Like, what did you build in Node.js? He's like, nothing. Nothing. He wishes for it to die. No, he said, oh, I can't wait for Bun.js to take over Node.js. And I'm like, I hate Node.js and I can't wait for that. I'm like, why? What did you build in Node.js? And then he said nothing. Oh, fuck, man. I was so pissed. Not because I don't care about that opinion. It just shows the terrible state of this community. I can't wait for something that I never used to die. Can you imagine, dude? Jesus Christ, man. Dude, where's the... Are you kidding me, man? Exactly, man. Exactly. When things become mainstream, things go to shit, right? When things go mainstream, everything goes to insanity, man. Okay, so now we're there, right? Oh. Okay, so that I kind of like a bit better, I must admit. Exactly. Pretty much, Leo. Exactly. Okay, so that is less terrible, I think. That is less terrible, I think. Okay, let's push that. Ah, dude. What's the last thing that I deployed? I don't remember. Semi-fine. Yeah, I mean, things are materializing, right? This is building these things, man. Is a matter of process, right? You refine them when you see the use, right? It's impossible to build. That's another good argument when you say, hey, this discussion I also made a video about should I, use my own UI library, build my own, or should I, use existing thing? And that is always that fine line between customizability and a lot of these things we cannot find a component like this that exists, right? Because this is very specific, very, very specific to what we want, right? There are many things which are not that specific, and then you can say, well, these do work with our case. Okay, great, right? But that is the thing, right? You need to find a fine balance between that. All right, cool. It really depends, right, what your core library is. Like maybe 10 years ago, if you would pick, or 5 to 10 years ago, if you would pick some library like Blueprint.js or something very, very, very poorly executed, right? You would not be able to build abstractions over it because the internals of these things was really, really bad. But today, if you use some of these Tailwind-based UI components, which are basically just the CSS classes, that is a lot better, and that you can really adjust to fit anything you want. So it has gotten a lot better, I can tell you that much. But before, if you would choose some abstraction, some very abstract library, you would suffer a lot. You would suffer a lot. Yeah, that's a great example. That's Shad. Yeah, that is a great example of a good thing that you could adjust to your own needs. I agree. If that existed, for example, when I started this project, I would have probably started with that. So if it existed when I started this, I would have went with that most likely, because the style that I did, I mean, it's almost like they copy pasted it. Of course they didn't. It's not that I've seen me, but you get, no, it didn't. No, it didn't exist. I mean, when did I start this whole journey? It's been one was the first commit 2 years ago, right? Is when I started this library, right? So that thing didn't exist back then. I don't know when they started, but let's see. Yeah, so you can see this is a year old, right? So yeah, so it didn't exist when I started Programming Network, right? All right, cool. I'll need to round up soon. My wife is inviting me to see some friends. It's kind of a bummer. I really want to code and hang out with you guys, but I still care more about kid than you guys. Let's face it. Let's face it. Wait, I wanted to do something. No, I mean, I like Sunday streams. There's few more people around. Like Rebecca is here. There's my favorite people here, people who stick around for so long. So that's why, I mean, I think actually I'm going to focus mostly streaming on the weekends. Sure, I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 days in between over the week. But I also enjoy streaming on the weekend because I'm also more rested, you know. Because during the work days, it's difficult. I come from work, put my kid to bed, blah, 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 blah. So it's quite intense, right? This is pretty awesome, actually. I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe I should just start streaming a little bit earlier in the morning and then do like, you know, longer streams than my own. Right now I stream for like 2 hours or so. Should maybe do 3 hours or 4 hours or stuff like that, right? Oh, I recorded a new video yesterday, Rebecca. I don't know if you saw it on Discord. I was playing by the beach here. I don't know if you saw it under general. Here it is. I played yesterday by the beach. You can find it, yeah, find it, you can find it on Discord under general. I posted it yesterday. All right. I mean, I made that channel. I think I gave it to you. I made this practice channel of mine. I have a, by the way, guys, I have a YouTube channel. If you guys are not following, I have a lot of cool tips there. Just, I'm originally from the Balkans, but I live in Denmark. I live in Scandinavia past almost 15 years. Let me share my YouTube channel with you guys, because let me share my YouTube channel with you guys. There's actually quite awesome tips there, seriously. And I also reorganized my YouTube landing page. I kind of organized it a little bit better, so give it a shot. I don't know if you want. I don't actually. It's up to you. Yeah. But you can see I have some tips here. I think I have a lot of cool discussions there. You look through the playlists and stuff. But yeah, and I also But that's not what I wanted to say. What it is? Oh yeah, I wanted to say something else. I have this YouTube channel I recently created. I just upload my practicing sessions there. So whenever I practice, so I know. Rebecca, this is my I made this a month ago when I started playing saxophone. So that's my saxophone channel. Alexander's Saxophone Journey. 7 subscribers. Ha! Beautiful. Yesterday I made a video what I learned first 30 days of my saxophone. Here is the video. Yeah, Alexander's Saxophone Odyssey. I don't know. Did I generate this name using ChatGPT? I completely didn't. And did I generate this image using Midjourney? I absolutely didn't do that. Absolutely. Can you imagine sucking at the day 1 of something? Pfft, fucking noob. How dare you suck at something you never tried? Unacceptable. Ugh. Okay, well. Oh shit, what happened? Oh, never mind. But guys, I really wish I can stay longer. Actually, I need to go. My wife is inviting me to see these friends. I would stay longer for sure. I maybe manage to catch some stream in the evening tonight. Stick around if you want to kill some time. I might be around. And I need to, Raphael, we're gonna talk today. I'll write to you on Discord. We're gonna have a call. So don't worry. I didn't forget. Okay. Great. All right, guys, thank you very much. I really gotta go, and I'll be maybe back tonight. Otherwise, we see each other tomorrow. But and Raphael, I'll talk to you later, man. Thank you, everybody, for being here, Rebecca, and everybody, and new people as well. I wish you guys best. Take care, and I'll catch you guys up another time. Okay? Yeah. Thank you very much, Jigdev. I appreciate it here, man. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Cheers.